Yes.
So these days I go back to my wins. I go read the articles that people write about. I go back to even to college days and I open up my styling books, my sketchbooks. And obviously I still haven't really looked at all of them, but I'm like, oh my God, these crappy sketches with all this stuff is what prepared me for all this greatness.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my
So
gosh.
just stay gratitude, stay grateful, and just know that everything you want is going to manifest itself. Seriously.
100%. Well, and I mean, gosh, Yasmin, that was so much gold. I don't want to skip over that because I mean, I feel like you've hit on a lot of really great things.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's so easy to, especially if you're building a business or trying to grow something to like, okay, I hit X goal. Now I got to get to the next thing, right? I got to get to the next, way stop on this journey. But taking a moment, and I talk about this a lot on the podcast where I mean, gratitude, I think is kind of a foundational thing that we just don't acknowledge enough. And gratitude doesn't necessarily have to be like, I mean, it can be exactly like what we were talking about, where, somebody incredible like Megan Fox is, wearing something you created.
Mm-hmm.
But it can also be just like the small things like, hey, I'm so grateful today that I get to wake up and do something that I love. Like some of these, like, I don't want to say smaller things, but things that we can sometimes just take for granted or overlook is huge. And taking a moment to celebrate your wins, big and small, is critical because it's so easy to lose sight of those things. Like you were saying, the fact that you're going back to like some of the things you've done in the past that were a win then and they're a win now because they got you to where you want to go is phenomenal. I love that. So hopefully everybody listening, gratitude and celebrating the wins. I mean, those are two huge takeaways from this episode.
Literally, even at work, if you got promoted or
Mm,
you met your numbers for the month or, your director told you you're great today, like that's a win in itself. And
yeah.
I'm now realizing all these things because I'm so super ambitious and I'm super hungry, like, and I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of Yasmins out there, like, that are doing the same thing. And I don't give myself enough credit. And then it's just like, ooh, it makes you sad a little bit because I'm like, oh, I did all this. And I'm now looking, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else is seeing all of this and they're reading the articles, but you haven't read them. You know what I'm saying? I haven't read a lot of my articles, have not at all. I just posted them, but I have not read them. So please read your own articles, read your wins, take care of yourself. I'm in the wellness phase of my life now.
I love that. I love that. Everybody out there, read the articles that people are writing. They want you to know. So we were talking a little bit earlier, like I think in the intro about HR and it's like some strategic moves that you're kind of making now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, as we've talked a lot about fashion and like just some of the things that people need to be aware of in the fashion world, right? So, what's drawn you to kind of the world of HR, and how do you see that kind of complementing or informing your business moving forward?
Oh, so I told myself, Yasmine, if you're gonna get another job, because I started to get a little tired of fashion. I'm not gonna lie. Like I love it because I do it all the time. It's a part of my identity. So I'm like, okay, this is always gonna be with you. So let's try something different. I'm already a people's person. I love helping people. I love changing people's lives. I love giving out opportunity. What is next for me? Or what can benefit my business? So I said, okay, HR recruitment, like why not? So I started to apply for a lot of HR recruitment, jobs, and I got one. So obviously I got into, I've always been kind of in healthcare, but I could say I'm multifaceted now.
Okay.
So so I'm a non-clinical recruiter right now. I work in obviously in HR. So, I wanted to do work as a recruiter because it'll benefit my business. So just now when I have 10,000 people working with me, I know what to do. I know how to screen. I know how to find the best candidates. I know how to look at a resume, make sure they have the skills. And I look like for me now, like when I'm having interactions with my candidates, it's like we're friends, like you have to when you're interviewing, you kind of have to have a personality, you kind of have to be bubbly, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be too bubbly now, but you got to be interactive and has to be in alignment as well. Because you can have all the skills in the world, but you don't have the personality. So how can I trust to hire you to work with someone or a company? So I got into recruitment mainly also for background checking, making
Oh,
sure
sure.
that you have the right person working within your company. There's no, I wouldn't judge criminal backgrounds, but again, you would have to tell me the truth, because I do hire people that have criminal cases, but as long as you tell me the truth, there's always second chances. So
Yeah.
I feel like that would go hand in hand with what I'm doing right now, because down the line, if I have to train someone or, help my team, I'm able to pour my hand in that pocket.
Absolutely. I love it. When we're talking about skill stacking, right? Like it's figuring out, hey, maybe I've got a little bit of a gap in HR where I don't have as much, knowledge or experience as I would like. So seeking that out. I mean, the opportunities are there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a quick side question here is if there's anybody out there listening that is maybe looking to, they're looking to hire maybe their first employee or their 100th employee or whatever the case might be. Are there any tips or things you've come across in your experience so far that you're like, hey, make sure you look out for this, or something you would encourage them on?
The tips would be, answer that question again. I want to make sure I'm answering your question correctly.
Well, I'm just wondering if there's any quick tips or just insights that you've gained from your time in HR and recruitment that you feel like you're going to take into your business and that you would recommend to other folks too.
If you're going to go into HR, if that's your question, understand that you are essentially changing someone's life. There's people that I've hired that can't pay their phone bill, can't celebrate their daughter's birthday, can't do a lot because they don't have money. So when you're in recruitment, you're a recruiter, you're technically finding the best candidate. And obviously I'm a big empath, so I do look at their resume, but I also listen to their situation, because not everyone can tell you their personal situation. So essentially in recruitment, you are changing someone's life. Obviously, you need to hire the best candidate for the clients that you're working with. So for me, just know that you're doing a great job. When understand that your job, you're a leader. You're a leader in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. So I feel like, again, just find the best person that has the right skill, that has the personality, that understands the job, and have some empathy.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, man, that's another gold nugget. Like, have empathy. That's with recruitment and everything else. I mean, empathy is huge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in this episode, we've really covered kind of the breadth. We've covered, a bunch of fashion tips. We've also covered some HR stuff and great insights there. So, Yasmine, as you look into 2025, you've got 3/4 of the year left. So what are some of the big things on the horizon for you?
Right now, I collaborated with a skincare brand called Define Age. They're based out in LA, and they're only dermatology. You can't find it over the counter. Very exclusive. And I feel like they were in alignment with me, because I'm right now in a space where, again, entrepreneur drained me out. I want to focus on my wellness and skin. So right now I'm focused on brand collaboration, that align with me, that their company aligns with my company. And we're just collaborating and, again, letting things flow, because sometimes we're hard on ourselves, but the opportunity is coming. The email is coming.
Yep.
That DM is coming. So, collaborations and sales. I told you that I wanna build my sales, and travel to different, countries, so they could know Zulette, because I want my fashion brand to go global. So obviously, me being a stylist, my whole focus right now is my fashion brand, but obviously I'm the personal brand, so we'll go hand in hand.
I love that, man. That's exciting stuff for 2025. So if anybody out there listening, wants to get in contact with you or find out more about you, where can they find you?
They could find me on Style by Yasmine Jean. They could find me on Yasmine in Your Closet. And they could find my fashion brand, Zulette Laurent. And I think Style by Yasmine Jean and Zulette Laurent is on Google. So it's really not hard to find me. You could even type my name, and it's going to be there too. And you can find me on LinkedIn as well, if you want to, stay on a professional tip as well.
Yeah, that's great. Well, also I'll make sure to include all those great tips and everything in the show notes so people can find you just super easy. But Yasmine, thank you again for coming on the show. This has been fantastic.
Thank you for inviting me on your show, Jacob. And I want your, podcast to grow. So I'm here to support anything you do. I'm here to collaborate with you as well. And yeah.
I love it. That's I gotta tell you, that's music to my ears. Anybody listening? Well, Yasmine, thank you again. Anybody listening, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye, guys. Thank you.